Well. Today I bring you the weapon that changed RuneScape. The day was May 27th, 2003. And since that day, players have got to experience blasting multiple enemies at once, all over the place, at a rate of 6,000 cannonballs an hour when placed properly. With that said, let's dive in and learn a little bit more about the dwarf cannon. Well, for starters, we have a base, 183k, and then we have a stand, 188k. After that is your barrel, 184k, followed by your furnace at 187k. You can save yourself 26k by buying it all together. So how might we acquire this beast, you say? You cannot just simply purchase it from the GE. With that said, you must travel. Here we go. You travel here with the games necklace or the skills necklace. You help this guy, you do a bunch of nonsense. After said nonsense is completed, use your amulet of glory or your combat bracelet. You visit the mine. Then you go right back to where you started, just to talk to him and tell him you did everything that he asked. In which case, you will complete the quest. After that, fork over a whole bunch of money to this guy. He will then give you a cannon and you are free. Free to blast all the monsters you could ever dream of. Or free until you run out of cannonballs, I should say, because they're definitely not cheap. With that said, you're still free. Free to explore, free to blast, free to lay your cannon anywhere that you may please, right? Wrong. You may not, under any circumstances, set your cannon up in the Abyssal Arena, the Abyssal Nexus, the Ancient Cavern, the Al-Kharid Palace, the Barbarian Assault, the Black Knight's Fortress, the Catacombs of Corinne, the Castle Wars, Cerberus Lair, Chambers of Xerox, Clan Hall, Duel Arena, Dwarven Mine, Enchanted Valley, Entrana, Firmicate, Slayer's Dungeon, Feldip Hills, Forthos Dungeon, Grand Exchange, Hair of the Dog, Hespori, Ice Mountain, Jorgman's Prison, Carlum Slayer Dungeon, Killerbot Plain, Lair of Tarn Razorlore, Lizardman Cave, Lizardman Temple, Mort Mire Swamp, Nightmare Zone, Oriana Cave, Pest Control, Player-Owned Houses, Realm of Memories, Revenant Caves, Shades of Morton, Slayer Tower, Theater of Blood, the Tower of Magic, the Czar Fight Cave, the Czar Fight Pit, the Ungale, the Vanstorm Claws, the Warriors Guild, the Wyvern Cave, the Zogre Burial Ground, and Zulra's Shrine. Certain bosses, for instance, you also can't. These bosses include the Giant Rock, the Calphite Queen, the King Black Dragon, the Thermonuclear Smoke Devil, the God Wars Dungeon Inhabitants, the Demonic Gorillas, and lastly, the Ammonite Crabs, found on Fossil Island. Now, I know what you're thinking. Nope, this is not for me. You are crazy. Worst weapon ever. But, hear me out. This little man right here, he knows how to make some pretty big weapons. And let me tell you, he did not go wrong with the dwarf cannon. As long as anybody is within this range right here, or past it, you will blast them into oblivion. And you will get so much faster XP per hour. I mean, come on now. Look at this. I was recording this just to show how slow it is to fight just hand to hand without a cannon. What I didn't expect was for this fight to literally take almost a minute. Just a hobgoblin. He's 42. I'm in the 80s. There's my stats. I have a whip. Full obsidian. I'm not sure what's going on here, RuneScape, but this is some cheese right here. Some big old cheese. But it helps me prove my point even more, so I'm not even mad about it. I'm going to let this play out. I'm going to let you see just how much faster you will get XP using a dwarf cannon, opposed to running around dungeons fighting with just your weapon. You can still use your weapon with the dwarf cannon, so it just makes that much more XP. Now, I know you've seen this clip, but just pay attention to that XP and how fast that XP is just flying up there, people. Hit points and range so much faster. You will literally have to be a caveman not to use this cannon. here are some of the monsters that you're capable of setting it up on. This isn't all the monsters, but it is some of them, and gives you some ideas. Use it on some Slayer task. You can use it on Wilderness task, which a lot of people are scared to do, but you'll never lose your cannon if you are in the wilderness, or if a monster kills you and it's still set up. Once your cannon decays, you can go back to the goat. He will give you another one for free. The only thing you will lose is your cannonballs, which that can suck, but hey, at least you don't got to buy a new cannon, and you can use it in the wilderness without worrying about other players getting it if they kill you. What's that? Oh, you're an Iron Man, you say. You can't just purchase cannonballs. Well, that's perfect, because as long as you have 35 smithing, you can get some steel bars, and you can go to the furnace, and you can make your own. You'll get 25.6 smithing experience, and you will get 4 cannonballs every single time. Making cannonballs can be a pretty AFK thing to do. Full inventory takes about 159.6 seconds to process. It'll yield about 14,000 experience per hour. You make about 540 steel bars that'll turn into 2,160 cannonballs. So, it's not horrible. If you're going up against a little bit higher level monster and you need a little bit more firepower, don't worry. Use a little granite dust on there with 50 smithing, and you will change your max hit from a 30 to a 35. If you're like me and you don't have any granite dust, head over to the Grotesque Guardians and just demolish these guys over and over. You will, without a doubt, get so much granite dust. It drops every single time at a quantity of 50 to 100. With that said, these guys also drop many other unique items, such as granite mauls, granite gloves, granite rings, granite hammers, all sorts of goodies. With this cannon comes many options. You can set it down, you can save spot with range or mage, you can set it down and run around with a sword or whip. Your possibilities are literally endless, and that's why I love this weapon. It's fast XP and it's versatile. Currently, it's assisting me in the Champions Challenge, which we've made some pretty good progress. We've bounced around, we've went from the ghouls to the zombies to the skeletons to the earth warriors to the regular goblins to the giants. We've been all over the place, and this cannon has literally came in handy every single time. Whether I'm training defense, attack, strength, range, magic, I can still use my cannon, and it makes me get way more kills per hour. So that's always a good thing. With kills per hour, you get better drops. You get better XP. You get pretty much everything that you need, which is why this cannon is perfect for me. I did not intend to rhyme that much, but it happened. Point being, if you're a member on RuneScape, you plan on training combat or Slayer, or anything for that matter that uses any of your combat or your Slayer, I recommend using this cannon. If you don't like using the cannon, expect a lot slower XP. Still a fun game, just slower XP. Just a quick little mention here. All of my facts and information have been gathered from Old School RuneScape Wiki. That place is brilliant. I don't think that there's anything on there that you can't find. From the literal rarest item in the game to the most popular. It has everything you need, from references to trivia to updates to usage to locations to what drops it. Everything. I mean, literally, you can find anything you could ever possibly need on this website. I recommend going there if you play the game. It will help you out. It helps you with quests, helps you with treasure trails. It is probably the greatest website on the internet for RuneScape or Old School RuneScape, whichever one. Check your high scores. It has planned content that's coming out in the future, some of it which is already confirmed, some of it which is just being speculated. It has it all. You can edit it yourself. So, I encourage you, if you need more information, to visit the website. Or, since you're already here, leave me a comment, and I will do my best, if I don't already know the answer, to search that answer and to get back to you. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, even half as much as I enjoyed creating it. It's always fun. Doing anything that has to do with RuneScape, I enjoy. So, hope you guys like it. Look for me in the future. I will be producing more videos, either along the lines of weapons or armor or monsters or challenges, anything for that matter. If you guys have any suggestions yourself, feel free to let me know. I would really appreciate it. With that said, here's a whole bunch of hoorays followed by a whole bunch of goodbyes, and I appreciate you guys, so thank you. Stay tuned. See you later.